Friday night for 55 years. Yes. We are one of the few listening rooms that remain, and it is a listening room. And because of that, we ask you to keep your conversations to a minimum, and by minimum, I mean not at all. Yes, we really love to make sure that we listen to our performers and their wonderful talents. And that's what this room is all about in the tradition of this room. And if you could also turn off your cell phones, that would be amazing, because I just yelled at you to be quiet, and then when your cell phone rings, it's really loud. So we are so excited that you're here tonight. I am so excited. This is going to be a magical evening. Jenny Bienemann is a wonderful singer, songwriter, and poet. Yes, from Oak Park. And we are thrilled to have her back again on the Two-Way Street stage. So let's give her a warm two-way welcome. Jenny Bienemann.
Thank you for my warm two-way welcome. And that is Jennifer Ashley right there, and Joel Simpson. And believe me, this place does not exist without the blood, sweat, and tears of those two individuals. Yes. So before we go any further, let's tell them how we feel about them. It's true, I am Jenny Bienemann, but before I was Jenny Bienemann, I was Jenny McCarthy. And I grew up in Naperville when Naperville was a small town, and the Riverwalk was where you took your recycling. During those days, I played at Two-Way Street Coffee House. It was maybe some kind of open mic or something like that, but it's been such a legendary force in the community forever that it never ceases to be a thrill to be on this stage. So thank you guys for having me. You may applaud them again. So Jen just said a lot of nice things about me, and I will try to live up to the majority of them. You know, nobody's perfect. But I came up as a singer-songwriter, which is semi-true. In fact, when I was in Naperville, I did a lot of theater, a lot of community theater. And a person from those days is here today, Shaughnessy Ashdown. Shaughnessy and I did theater together in Western Springs. We were in The Wizard of Oz, correct? And this is what we used to do to Shaughnessy. We would say, Shaughnessy, go tell her she's really cute. And little Shaughnessy would run over and say, you're really cute. So it's a real treat to be back here. I mean, there's more where that came from. So we have a wonderful show for you tonight. And once I realized that being an actor meant you had to wait for people to pick you, and that you weren't going to get picked very often as an actor, I realized I needed to have an artistic discipline that I picked, that I chose on my terms. And then I began to write songs. And I just began to write songs about anything and everything. And you're going to hear a lot of those songs tonight. But then I reached a point where I was like, boy, sure takes a long time to write a song. So then I picked up writing haikus. And I thought, oh, that'll be faster. Haikus don't take that long. They're just 3 lines, right? Well, in fact, 8 years later, we're celebrating 8 years of Haiku Milieu on September 10th. Thank you very much. 8 years. I have learned that writing a really good haiku can take as long as writing a song. So I'm going to invite all of you to write a haiku tonight. But one of the great pleasures of haiku, of course, is counting the syllables. It's a physical rhythm. So I'm going to invite you to put your hand on your heart. I'm going to remind you that a haiku is a Japanese poem of 3 lines. The first line is 5 syllables. The second line is 7. The third line is 5. And many of the songs tonight have been inspired by haiku, including this first one I'm going to play for you that's going to tell you everything you ever wanted to know about my life. So, hands on hearts, the haiku that inspired this song goes like this. In the end, we are all just panes of glass that see the same things differently. My mother's middle name is Anne. My middle name is Anne. My mom spells Anne with no E. My dad spelled it with an E. Somewhere on a birth certificate, the truth is plain to see. But the facts of the matter matter less than the way we want them to be. How do people who love each other see the same things so differently? My niece's middle name is Anne. Her mom's middle name is Anne. But I always tell everyone my niece was named after me. If you were to meet the family, the truth would be hard to miss. But the facts of the matter don't matter at all when ignorance is bliss. How do people who love each other see the same things so differently? I gave my daughter her own name. She doesn't share the McCarthy middle name. But she went and told the kids at school her and my middle names were the same. I said, honey, why'd you do it? I broke you free from the family chain. But the facts of the matter don't matter at all when the heart puts reason to shame. How do people who love each other see the same things so differently? It just literally had never occurred to me that what I found so constricting, so confining, such a chain to the past, could be experienced by my daughter as a connection, as comfort. It literally did not occur to me. But once it did, I resolved to change my ways and to fix the grievous wrong I had apparently done her by not giving her my middle name. And I thought, well, I'll just head right down to the passport office. I have to get a passport anyway. And there, at the passport office, I will change her middle name. And I will come home with a passport that says Jessica Ann Grace McCarthy Smith, and she will love me forever. And I thought, you know, you go do it at one government office, don't they speak to all of them? I mean, don't they? What could go wrong? Well, a woman right in front of me in line had her birth certificate and her driver's license, but the middle name on both the documents did not align. We stood there while they tried to see a path through infinite bureaucracy, all because her mother hadn't changed her middle name officially. Not kidding, that actually happened. So she still has her middle name that she was born with. She has forgiven her old mom. And sometimes we even laugh and wonder, how do people accidentally create a new problem where an old one used to be? Well, my dad would change the way you spell it. My sister-in-law would give you hers. I'd try to give you your own name, but all of them are yours because it's not what they give you, it's what's written in your heart. And now that's a fact, whether the facts are true or they're fictional works of art. 'Cause other people I stand here a forgiven woman, so all's well that ends well. This next song is also inspired by a haiku, and very often, so I go by Haiku Milieu, so we now know what a haiku is, right? Milieu is a French word that means the place, time, and circumstance in which something occurs. So in these hallowed halls at the Two-Way Street, you're used to hearing singer-songwriters like me singing about our everyday life. But in Haiku Milieu, I take a picture or I make a picture. It's usually something in my environment. And then I look at it and I say, what does this make me think? And I translate it into a haiku. So the haiku for this next song, if you care to place your hand on your heart, or your arm, or the top of your head, or your neighbor's hand, it goes like this. The wind and the sky surrender to each other, but don't lose themselves. I want you beside me. You roll in a wave on a moonlit night. You pull me in like the moon pulls a tide. I dive in, hold my breath, that you will stay beside me. The sea is calm when there's no moon in the sky. I am too, if you are not too nearby. But when the moon lays hands upon the sea, I want you beside me. Beside me, beside me. Come on, come on. You know where you belong. Beside me. The wind and the sky surrender to each other. They let go when they get caught up in one another. But you and me were more like the moon and the sea, and I want you beside me. Beside me. I've cleverly applied my set list to a clipboard. I don't know why God made me to love clipboards, but I love clipboards. If you go to the merch over there, you'll see that everything is on a clipboard. Everything's for sale over there but the clipboard. I will not be parting with the clipboard anyway. So this is a song, I'm fond of telling this story because I might be one of those annoying people who believe you can find good in everything. Let's decide by the end of the night if that's who I am. But I'm definitely an advocate for the underdog. And when the movie Batman vs. Superman came out about 10 years ago, and everybody was saying, don't go to that movie, it's a terrible movie, I was like, oh, we'll see. And I went to that movie, and I was going to like that movie. Do you know what I'm saying? No matter what happened, I was on that movie's side. And I was like, oh, look at the colors they chose. Look at these are Broadway actors who never get to be in movies. I spent an hour and a half making that movie right. And at the 90-minute mark, I realized I had 60 more minutes to go. And I didn't think I could do it. And I knew I was going to have to walk out of that movie theater and tell everyone they were right. And so I needed a little buffer between me and the movie. And I'm not saying that this was the right thing to do, but it is the thing that I did. I pulled my phone out. And there, in the notes of my phone, basically, were all the verses to this song. So, if you like this song, please write the director of Batman vs. Superman. Tell them to consider making more movies. And maybe we'll get more songs like this. Flipping through the magazine of my grudges on Sunday, I have nothing to complain about. Maybe that's why I keep wondering why you didn't come around. Baby, you weren't alone, simply not free. Or maybe the biggest mistake you didn't make was me. Was it just a misunderstanding in the rain? A promise better broken than kept? I don't know why I can't stop wondering why you didn't come back. Maybe you were tired, had to get off your feet. Maybe the biggest mistake you didn't make was meeting me. Oh, they all say time will heal this pain. Oh, they all say we'll get back to normal again. They don't say when I will feel better. They only say someday. Someday. Look left, I'm right by the tree. It's coming down hard now, and I fell down good. Wondering why you did not come for me. But somehow, I just thought you would. Maybe you were stranded out in the cold. Or maybe the biggest mistake you didn't make was holding me. Holding me. Oh, they all say, ooh. Oh, they all say, ooh. Oh, they all say, ooh. I'll tell Ben Affleck. I'll let him know you enjoyed his performance. Oh my goodness. Well, that's Jen back there. If you enjoy a good bottle of water, I know where you can get one. Jen's back there. She'll take care of you at the break. You know, I believe there's cookies back there. What other kinds of things that your mother wouldn't want you to have are back there?
All the cookies.
All the cookies.
Yeah, all the cookies and chips and soda.
Ooh. Soda. Okay, where are you actually from? Because in these parts, it's pop.
I'm here. I'm from here.
I know, but you know what? I was related to some people on the East Coast for a while, and they were merciless. They'd never let up on me. I would call it pop. They'd be like, soda. So, tonic, is that,
That's a good.
that's a what?
Tonic is first.
I love tonic.
Yeah, but tonic is soda on the East Coast.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
I was gonna say it's New England. Yeah.
New England. Well, they can stay where they are. Do we agree? Well, I'm really excited about playing this room because often I play in some wonderful places, but they don't have your manners. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, Jen is a taskmaster, and obviously you guys were brought up right, and you know how to listen to a song. So if you don't mind, I'm going to play some quieter ones for you. There's potential for me to sit, but let's see if it works out for us. Yeah. So, you know, when you're a songwriter, a lot of your songs get written late at night, or for me, very early in the morning. There's something about nobody else being up. You know what I mean? It's like the thought ways are not crowded. It's like there's no traffic jam. Like trying to write something creative between the hours of 9 to 5, it's like, you know, that's probably not going to happen. But like some point after 9:30, 10 o'clock, yes, you can contemplate all kinds of mysteries then, and this is one of them. I said, I'm in love with you. He said, it will pass like the heat of summer. Love's tattoo leaves a mark when it passes through. I said, I'll remember you. He said, we forget all the joy, all regret, thick and thin. We forget. For all that must pass away, for all I've lost the words to say, for all I can never make right, I have one last chance. He's here with me tonight. I pulled his wheelchair to mine. I kissed him on the lips, just the once for all time. I am his, and he is mine. dedicate this to my dear friend Naomi Ashley. Wrenching the covers off you seemed like a good idea, with the water in the basement rising. Seemed like a good idea, and in our race to higher ground, the regrets and triumphs of the past were drowned. But now I know as little of you. When there's no past between us, as your eyes say you know of me. When there's no past between us, and for how many years have we loved only each other's memory? The water erases these photos, those faces, all that we save for someday floating away. Walking forward in the rain seems like a good idea. Your hand in mine again seems like a good idea. With free eyes to see at last what's been obscured by the past. Oh.
It's working now?
Who's experienced a flood? Oh, raise your hand. Let's get them up there. Who's experienced a flood? Oh my good heavens. When I lived in Naperville, one time my friends in college were over and we pulled out the sofa bed in the basement and the three of us went to sleep in the sofa bed. And then we woke up and there was water everywhere. And it was like Lake McCarthy, truly. And then now we live in Oak Park. We only had one disastrous flood. But I've heard that floods are God's way of telling you have too much stuff. I don't know. All right, so let's see. Goodness. This is another haiku song. And this is a haiku that was written to a picture. So we have this wonderful window with western light. So, and we have these slats, these blinds. And so when the western sun, particularly in January, comes through those slats and hits the wall, it's like the most glorious painting you can even ever imagine. And there's a light switch on that wall. And this light switch happened to be turned off when I snapped this picture. This next song goes with this haiku, which goes with that picture. And that haiku goes like this, if you care to place your hand on your heart or your head or your knee. It goes like this. Getting what you want brings up all the grief around not having had it. I've been thinking about you lately. I've been wondering what became of you. I've been wondering if I'll ever see you and if I'll ever forgive you. sides of the same damn coin. I'd rather do a cannonball smash, my fist in the mouth of this river of time. Yesterday comes tomorrow if we don't let go. I've been thinking about you lately, and I've been wondering what I'd say to you. I hope one day I can forgive you, then I will forgive myself too. I thank you very kindly. Well, it's magic time. It's time for us to play a song about what happens when things don't go the way you want them to. Now, you may have family members, as I do, who you love dearly. And when you love a family member dearly, what you learn is there's no controlling them. God gave them free will. So this is a song about the joys of being someone who loves someone who is a little bit uncontrollable. How long have you been gone? But you call me and I come pick you up. Waiting, concentrating, but no one leaving the train turns out to be you. Some things just live in you, whether or not you want them to. You have to decide how much of the past you can let ride. No sorry, or you miss me. You'll be back this way, and I count the days. 'Cause some things just live in you, whether or not you want them to. You have to decide how much of the past you can let ride. Oh, let it ride. Put your foot down. You have to decide what it's worth to keep the past alive. Some things just live in you, whether or not you want them to. Some people call your name, you will go, there's no one to blame. Some things might change one day, they haven't yet, but who's to say? You have to decide. Only you can decide how much of the past you can let ride. see this as a group of people who knows a lot of people who simply cannot be contained. And in fact, we all may be those people, am I right? I'm looking at a bunch of people that can't be contained. That's how I feel right now. I'm going to share another haiku song with you. This is my mom's favorite haiku, which I find inscrutable. My mother, the English teacher who taught CCD for 30 years, Shaughnessy knows her. So why is it that a woman of such fine moral caliber would like this haiku? I know you will not, but sometimes I think you might, and I wish you would. If you think you really got me good, you'd be right. I've been up half the day and all night, watching the moon peek through the clouds. I know you won't. At least I think you don't want to. So you won't. But sometimes I think you might. They put a man up on the moon, 238,000 miles somehow. He's closer to me than you are right now. But it's your face streaming through the clouds. I know I don't. At least I think I don't want to. So I won't. But sometimes I think I might. Trying not to think of you while gazing at the moon. It's like fighting a gasoline fire with a water balloon. Oh, yeah! They say that love can take what's wrong and make it right. I'm here alone, so that's beside the point. Alone, your face streaming through the clouds. I know we won't. At least I think we don't want to. And so we won't. But sometimes I think we might. Thank you for understanding. I had to tell the truth and shame the devil on that. Now, we are at a point where we need to contemplate what treats we might like and how we will not ever admit to our parents that we had them. Because there's going to be one more song after this, and then Jen, they're just going to rush you. Do you know what I'm saying? Look at this crowd. Okay. All right. Well, I'm excited to tell you that there will be another set after this. So it'll be so good to be together. I'm going to set this guitar down now, and I'm going to sing you a song. I do a thing on Sunday morning where I send out an email. I see so many Haiku Milieuvians out there. I just want to send you my love. Thank you, all the people from Folk Stage, from the Fox Valley Festival Choir, from Fitzgerald's, from my childhood. Thank you all so much for being there. There's a really easy way for all of us to keep in touch. I send out an email every Sunday, and in this email is a haiku and a photo for your reflection. And also, I publish other people's haiku. So if you are either straight up creative or you are a creative in the closet, we've got a place for you in this Sunday email, the Sunday Haiku Milieu email. At the break, we'll circulate the mailing list. I'd love to have you on it. It's a super easy way to keep in touch. You don't have to stay on it if you don't want to, but it is super fun. And the reason I bring it up is this next song I'm going to sing grew out of a Sunday haiku. If you care to place your hand on your heart one more time. Yes, you are still alive. You're just proving to yourself that you're alive. The haiku goes like this. Slow down and do less. It may not feel natural, but it will feel good. When the gap is widening between you and all that you dream, do less, less. Tectonic plates are shifting. You don't know when they'll stop moving. Do less. Less of staying busy, less of making plans, less of demanding a future like the past. When you think you thought you knew and find out that we never do, do less. The rate of change is dizzying. The world will not stop spinning. Do less. Less of overthinking, less of acting fast, less of worshiping at the altar of the past. Doing less may not be fun if there are things that must be done. To find the time you'd beg, you'd steal, you'd borrow. But time will yield at your request and make things work out for the best. So ask and then do less until tomorrow. And when there's no more or less to do, more will find its way to you. Do less. What's tarnished starts to shine again with a little attention. Do less. Less of comparing, less of first and last, less of wondering if your best works in the past. More of listening, your next idea's whispering. Do less. Thank you so much. See you at the break.
Okay, everybody, we're going to take about a 10 or a 15-minute break. The bathrooms are down the hall and on the left. And Jenny brought some merch over here. She's got a whole bunch of books and some T-shirts and some CDs. I have all of her books. They are filled with little tabs and notes and writing, so it's very inspirational. I also belong to her mailing list, and I am astounded every Sunday when I open it, and I'm like, is Jenny following me around? Like, they all, like, get out of my head, Jenny Bienemann. Like, they're all really astoundingly applicable. So check out the merch, get your snacks refilled, and we'll be back in about 15 minutes.
Thanks, Jen.
You live in far North Oak Park?
No, I live in Southwood.
You're in South Oak Park? No, no. I'm in the 100 block North Elm. I didn't know that there was a water problem down there.
Oh, there really isn't. I mean, it was 10 years ago. You know what I mean? Things get
Well, I've been in Oak Park for decades.
Yeah.
I think North Oak Park had a problem one time too. Oh.
I was telling my friend Timmy I don't sleep right. It's really bad.
Okay, everybody, we're going to get started again here in just a minute, but I wanted to expound a moment on all the wonderful things that are going on here at the Two-Way Street. Next week, same bat time, same bat place, we are having Mike Green. He's fantastic. There's a whole bunch of flyers on your table that talk about all the upcoming artists and events. Another cool thing that we're doing is we started a Cultural Connections series, and as part of that, we have Nordic jams that are happening monthly, and starting in October, we're having Nordic dances. So you can come to the jams, and it's all like by ear, and there's a teacher there, and you can bring your instruments. And if you'd like, you can learn to play to be part of the music for the dances. So September 18th on Thursday is going to be the jam. And then after September 18th, it's going to be the first Thursday of every month. And then starting in October, the first Sunday of every month is going to be the Nordic dances. So those are kind of cool. So please be sure to check them out. You can find more information on our website. We also have our last Thursday open mic that's going to be for high school and college age students. That's a new thing that we started up. It used to be a really popular event before the pandemic, and then for obvious reasons, we didn't do it during the pandemic, and we've just now started it back up, so we hope to get that really rolling with all of our young musician friends, aspiring musicians. So if you know any high school or college-aged performers, please let them know about this. Also on October 5th, we're going to be having the last of the year of our Heritage Matinee Series. It's the same day as the Nordic dance, actually. So you can come for the concert and stay for the dance. So it'll be at 3 p.m. Mark Dvorak, Ashley and Simpson, the George Mattson Trio, and Lisa P. Medina are going to be here. Yeah, so it's going to be a great afternoon of music, and it's all benefiting the coffee house. So we really appreciate your support. Okay, without further ado, let's welcome Jenny Bienemann back to the stage.
Thank you, Jen. I'd like to highlight that all the best people are named Jen. But especially, what if her name is Jennifer Ashley, and there's Jennifer, there's Naomi Ashley. It's a trifecta. But speaking of amazing, this group tonight, this is probably the best audience that Two-Way Street has ever had. Certainly the best looking, and I'm not exaggerating. So.
Oh, you spotted my shirt.
The gig shirt, yes. Well, I hope I brought my glasses. I did.
Yes, you did.
Okay, thanks everyone. So here are my glasses. What I'd like to share with you now is a reading from the Book of Sundays with Jenny. And it goes like this. You may count the syllables or not as you wish. The picture looks like this. Can you see this beautiful picture? This is from a hospital window, and everything worked out great. But it was nice to have such a beautiful view, you know, when you had something going on. And it inspired this. This is a multi-haiku poem. It goes like this. Good morning, dear friend. Something only you can do needs you to do it. You might not want to. Maybe you don't feel like it. But don't put it off. Give your mom a call. Fold the laundry already. Load the dishwasher. And if, in between, you should happen to notice that you are alive, just stop a second. Wipe the sweat off your sweet brow and take it all in. What a discerning audience. Thank you. And that goes with this song. Thank you for your work on sound tonight. Really appreciate it. I think I'm going to play without a pick. Come on, come on. Wake up. outside, waiting, waiting for you to arrive. Wake up, crawl out of bed. You don't have to talk, but maybe I'll let you kiss me. I know you wanna stay in bed with pillows underneath your head, but baby, you got a job. I know you wanna stay in bed with pillows underneath your head, but baby, you got a job, and I need you. We all need you to wake up. Come on, come on. Wake up. I wrote that up in Sturgeon Bay at Steelbridge Songfest. There's a version of that song that includes a whole other part written by my husband, Bienemann, who's sitting back there in the back. Robin, a wonderful singer-songwriter. When we were trying to think of, I was coming out here and I was thinking, like, what are the 3 things I want people to walk away with from this show? And I was like, well, clarity, compassion. And I think Robin goes, hilarity, clarity and hilarity. And I was like, sincerity, clarity, and hilarity. And so that's a little window into what it's like to live with a fellow artist, okay? So.
It's a rarity.
It's a rarity. Clarity, hilarity, it's a rarity. This is a song actually we wrote together. We were up again in Sturgeon Bay at Steelbridge Songfest, and I remember very clearly there was a Super Bowl on. But you're at this festival where your job is to write songs, right? But to write a song, you should have a riff, right? Otherwise, you're just, what are you going to do? So I started playing this riff, and Robin started watching the football game. And then later, we crossed paths. He was working on his part, and I was watching the football game. So. So bright, the neighbors could see all night. Your light care what the temperature is doing, it's still summer. It is still summer until it is not summer. There we go. So I love the backyard campfire. We have a group of friends called Soup Group. And the big idea there is everybody brings soup. Innovative. Am I right? I mean, there really isn't anything better than soup. Unless coffee. I feel that coffee... Is there anything better than coffee? Raise your hand if you think anything that you consume, okay? All right, I see you back there. What's better than coffee? Are you going to say tea? Yeah. Okay. I will accept that as an answer. And you?
Chocolate mousse.
Chocolate.
I will allow it. I will allow it.
And I roast my own beans.
What?
Ooh. Wow. How do you do that?
I'll explain later.
Everybody wants to get on his mailing list now. Do you deliver? So this is another song that I wrote to a haiku. And I know there's a lot of writers in this room. I can tell just by looking at y'all. And sometimes some words come to you and you know they're just ordinary words, right? But they have a certain feeling to them. And that's when you write them down. And you maybe can't write that song right then, but you can capture, if you write down the words, you capture at least some of the emotion. And so I was casting about speaking with the muses, the angels, depending on what you're trying to do. And I was like, well, what song should we write? And I flipped through my phone, and I saw these very ordinary words, which were something like, I didn't understand, but I do now. And I had written a haiku that actually goes with the song that goes like this. Once you know that you never could have known any earlier. And between that haiku and what I had already captured, it became this song. It was a miracle. Everything that went wrong, I see that now. I could not before. No, I could not before. I was a mess, but I thought it was the world. I see that now. I could not before. No, I could not before. You told the truth, but I was living a lie. I see that now. I could not before. No, I could not before. You said, lay it all down, 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 lay it all down. Lay it all down. You said lay it all down. I see that now. I'm still not sure, but I could not before. said, lay it all down, lay it all down, lay it all down, lay it all down. Lay down the hurt, lay down the blame, lay down the guilt, lay down the shame, lay down what they asked of you, lay down the standards you held yourself to, and all the backhanded praise, the late nights, the early days, lay down how long you held on after you knew something was wrong, and all that you traded, believing it was fated. Lay down how you thought you knew, lay down how nobody could tell you, because nobody knows anything until they're ready to. So lay it all down, lay it all down. It was a miracle. Everything that went wrong. Thank you. I'm going to need to unplug this beautiful piece of wooden resonances and bells, aka a guitar. You know. I honestly think if it weren't for all the people getting sick and dying, the COVID times had some finer points, I would say. My commute, instead of being, from Oak Park to Evanston, was from the first floor to the second floor. The meals that I made, instead of being hastily grabbed from the 7-Eleven or the beautiful deli that's near us, were pretty much made at home. And every single day, I had coffee that I didn't roast, just being honest with you. But my husband Robin and I had coffee together, and it was just a very special time. And we needed that because, after our long commute from wherever our office was to the living room the night before, one or both of us would have fallen asleep on the couch. Do you know what I'm saying? So Robin's bringing me the coffee one morning, and he goes, I'm really sorry I didn't come to bed last night. And I know it's not fair. It's not fair to the bed how much I love falling asleep on the couch. And then he went on to tell me what he was watching and why he had to fall asleep on the couch. But all I heard was, it's not fair to the bed how much I love falling asleep on the couch. And while he was talking, and I was listening, I truly was, with one ear. The other ear was tuned to the muses and to the angels, who had a song for me, and the song goes like this. I don't believe there's a haiku for this one, but I could be wrong. It's not fair to the bed how much I love falling asleep on the couch. Maybe it's the couch, or maybe I just think my problems would disappear if I fell asleep down here. You do something, I say something. Now neither of us can get free. So here I sit on the couch, thinking of you, watching TV. It's not fair How I can't keep my mind off of you. Ooh, I keep waiting for them to say one thing true, like you did to me when you said I hurt you. I do something, you say something, and neither of us can get free. So here I sit on the couch thinking of you, trying to sleep. I close my eyes and I start to dream. You're the sand and I'm the sea. I'm a wave that's been crashing on your shore a long, long time. I've been crashing It's not fair to the stars how close we are when they're so far apart. Well, they can do no more. You're just up a floor, so I get up off the couch and now I'm outside our bedroom door. Love song to the couch. It is so fun to be here with all of you. I just want to thank you again. Out of all the things in the world you could be doing, like eating French fries at Omega. I mean, we grew up doing that. That was a good time. Sneaking out of the house to go to Omega. Often went with my brother, who made it look a little more legit, you know. I'm not saying we were not in our pajamas. I think pajama bottoms were definitely involved. When you went to the drive-in movie, did you go in your pajamas? Maybe you guys never went to a drive-in. Did you go to a drive-in? No? Okay. Your secret's safe with me and this room here. We always went in our pajamas. And did anybody have do you know what a sleeper is? Oh yeah, come on. And did you have footies in your sleeper? I didn't love the footies, I'll be honest. I liked, but good times here in Downers Grove, Naperville, West Chicago, where that movie theater was. I may or may not have forgotten what I'm going to play. Hold on. Oh yeah, okay. So my dear friend, Jody Walker, had a dog that was the light of all of our lives. I mean, this was a little schnauzer mix that was like someone found on the side of the road, wasn't microchipped. She didn't want a dog, but somehow she decided that she had to have this dog, and then this dog literally changed all of our lives. Well, one day, this dog goes missing. Exactly. It was devastating. And it was most devastating in my mind for the people who were going to find that dog and have to give it back. So this song actually is written to a haiku. And I've now told you the whole story of this song. But still listen anyway. Anyway, put your hands on your heart. The haiku goes like this. Let's see. Humans will make wrong those to whom they have done wrong. Dogs only forgive. I'm not sure. There you were, basking in the sun. People tried to get your attention, but you locked eyes with me in front of God and everyone. There were signs. We spent the afternoon chasing butterflies. You spilled your ice cream, I gave you mine. Things were going great until I saw the signs. There were signs. Now I miss you all the time. The way I felt when your eyes met mine. Even in the best company, I felt better when you were with me. There were signs. There were numbers on the next ones we came across. I called it, well, you caught the ball that I tossed. They said you found our dog. I said I'm the one who was lost. There were signs. We spend a lot of time in Door County, Wisconsin, and I'm one of four, the third of four. And we were talking earlier about how hard it is to control other people. Well, if my family were able to control me, they would make me not motion sick so that I could do all kinds of fun things with them, like go on a boat. And in fact, they try so hard to convince me that I'm not motion sick that I just am like, so the whole family's in Door County. They're going out on a pontoon boat. To a person, they're like, we think you can handle this. And Robin, meanwhile, is like, don't do it. He's like, I have to clean up this, you know. So anyway, I, stand firm in my conviction that, like, I just literally can't do it. So I drive off, triumphant that I have not abandoned myself. I have stood up for myself. And literally within a block, my exhilaration at taking care of myself turned into an almost crippling fear of missing out. Have you ever had that experience? I chose every part of it. I chose not to go. I chose to leave. I chose every part of it. Yet here I am driving away with this catastrophic sense of loneliness. So a friend called and they said, well, where are you now? And I was like, I'm 5 hours north of you. And in the way that words do that thing where you're like, oh, are you really 5 hours north? I got off the phone and I wrote this song. 5 hours north of you. Thinking about you's about all I do. We came together, surprised ourselves, 'cause we're not with each other, but with someone else. The 16 days since you the sand still falls from my shoes, like it never happened. Everything changed. Whatever was between us is not the same. Distance is a funny thing. Some things become so clear. Some things just fade into the rear view mirror. So fast, still catch my breath. When we parted company, we laughed. Distance is a funny thing, and some things that feel so true. Now those things can leave you. Six months since that day, whenever it smells like rain, I go to the water, I splash my face, and I start skipping stones just in case. Distance is a funny thing when what could have been comes calling. I just keep trying to do the next right thing, but I get this feeling like a wave on the sea. You're not coming back. You're not coming back to me. I get the feeling, yeah. I get the feeling, oh, oh. I get the feeling. Get the feeling. is such a joy to be here with all of you. And it is my duty and my responsibility to tell you that we are at the penultimate song for the night. Raise your hand if you know what penultimate means. I know this table does. This table, you shouldn't even be allowed to play. Okay? I know about your vocabulary over there. Penultimate, of course, means not last. It actually means, right, like second to last? Second last. Thank you. Okay, very good.
I thought that was it.
Yes. And how right you were. There should be a prize for you.
It was like a total guess.
Wow.
I did not look at a dictionary.
Some people have a direct line to the divine when it comes to things like this. I just have had the absolute best time tonight. I want to thank you all so much for being here. Thank you for supporting Two-Way Street. Is it 54 years? What is it?
55.
What? How'd you get that last year in there? 55 years? I can't wait till I'm 55. Well, I'm just curious why you're laughing like that. This is a song about, I don't know, how many empaths do we have in the room? People who are like ultra empathetic? Yeah. I'm talking to you, and you know what it's like. I see some waving in the back room there. Like, you just, like, sometimes get confused between who you are and who the people around you are, but even more than that, like, the rain can influence your mood. Do you know what I'm saying? So, song for these people. It feels like a cloud is looming over me, and I can't tell if I'm the cloud or if I am me, falling, 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 falling down, falling, 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 falling down. If I am the cloud, I'm about to fall to pieces on the ground. If I am me, the water is rising, I'm starting to drown. Falling, 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 falling down. Falling, 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 falling down. We only do what we feel we must. I get confused between who did what between us. Oh, oh. Now I can't tell where you end and I begin. Like this rain soaks my clothes clear to my skin. Falling, 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 falling down. Falling, 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 falling down. I am who I can only be. Thank you, and good night. What? No way, not a two-way street.
That's right.
Oh, shoot. Well, I meant the encore.
It wasn't planned beforehand. Never. Shh. Let's hear it for Jenny Bienemann. I also wanted to mention that you and Robin and Gaines and Wagner
Yes.
are going to be over at Acoustic Wren on the 20th of September.
20th of September.
So that's going to be fantastic. So you're going to want to check that out. I also want to give a shout out to our volunteers, Chris at the counter, Joel was doing the door, Tim on sound. My name is Jennifer. We're an all volunteer operation here at the Two-Way Street, so we appreciate all your support. Now, since the cat's already out of the bag, I'm going to say my thing that I say every time. I don't know if you know this, Jenny, but nobody, and I mean nobody, gets out of the Two-Way Street without an encore. Should we ask Jenny for one more song? Jenny Bienemann.
Well, it's my honor to be here, and in fact, I will be reading aloud from this book, and then I will be singing a song. So it was the penultimate one, that's all I'm saying. Okay, joke's on me because, of course. So this is a tiny book called Reckoning. There's a bunch of, very exalted, inspired haiku over there. 2 books that you could go home with, right? Or you could sign up on my mailing list and then they'd actually come into your house every day. But on the way to writing those exalted haiku, sometimes we have to take a little detour. And that's what this book is all about. So I'm going to read you a few from this book and then the intro. So I'm going to open the page at random, and here we go. It's hard to forget you threw me under the bus so you would look better. That's the kind of haiku you can count on in this book, Reckoning. These are called haiku burns, so welcome to the haiku burns portion of the show. Here's another one. You might want to place your hand on your heart just in case your heart hurts when you hear this one. Why is it so hard to not get what you really know you do not want? Okay, I'm going to give you just one more. Ready? When life hits us hard, well-meaning friends can make the unbearable worse. All right. Oh, yes. Okay, so sometimes you need a friend like this. Do you know what I'm saying? And I am that friend for you over there. But really what I want to say before I go into the final song, in addition to the fact that you are an outstanding audience, and I'm not just talking about the way you dress and how you look. I'm talking about just the quality of attention that you give to each other and to this room and to the artist. It's very special. And I want you to give yourselves a round of applause because you've really been outstanding. I'm sincere. Put the hands together for yourselves, people. Okay, now to those of you who are already planning to submit a haiku for the Sunday Haiku Milieu newsletter, and to those of you who haven't realized you're going to do that, this poem is for you. Every stanza is a haiku. One line just this long, another no more than this, a final one here. One line at a time, sometimes thick and sometimes thin, sometimes a circle. It is not magic, and everyone can do it. Let life move the pen. Beware of the doubt. It will say you are no good and you can't do it. Then your poor ego, still hurt from past endeavors, will tell you to stop. Those who know you best may say that you do not know what is best for you. Those who you love best, afraid of their own shadows, may turn from your light. Just this much is true. There is a light inside you that wants to come out. So I saved the sing-along for very last. And this goes to my friend right here who requested this song. And I said, you're going to have to stay for the whole show. And she's like, I can do it. I can do it. This was a song written for Blair Hall. I think we were both at this concert, right? We were all at this concert. It was Blair Hall's life was, I think maybe you guys were there. She was such an example of how to live and then how to celebrate passing. She had a live memorial and she invited folk singers to come sing to her. And I wrote her, and she sang for us. And this song really was for her. It goes like this. Forgive me for saying today is a beauty I know. Look at the laundry, the bills. The dog has been crossing her legs for an hour while you clean up the coffee you spilled. But you are precious and worthy of love, just as you are, just as you are. You are precious and worthy of love, just as you are right now. You turn away so I won't see the tears tumbling down both your cheeks. But if I could, I never would ask you to dam those rivers for me. 'Cause you are precious and worthy of love, just as you are, just as you are. You are precious and worthy of love, just as you are right now. Oh, it won't feel this way all of the time. Even the sun can't always climb where we are and want to be are so far sometimes, but still. You are precious and worthy of love, just as you are, just as you are. You are precious and worthy of love, just as you are right now. And though the laundry won't fold itself yet, and the bills are staring you right in the face, the dog still loves you, and I do too. So as you do for others, give yourself grace. You are precious and worthy of love, just as you are, just as you are. We are precious and worthy of love, just as we are right now. Thank you so much. Thank you, everybody. Travel safely.